Alright, welcome back to another video. Unfortunately, I'm missing the first 10 or 15 minutes of this video, so I'm just going to catch you up and then we'll get right into it. But we brought Tim's back in. As you guys know, he had a KWI kit, clutch kit in his. The engagement was pretty high, didn't really like it. It was still hard to shift. So he switched over to the Ibexx kit, which we installed in this video. Unfortunately, that's the footage that got lost. So I'm just gonna cut right into the engagement. So we show you the old engagement versus the new engagement, the 0 to 60 runs, and then we bring his back in after that and do some pretty major repairs to the sides. He got rid of his sliders. We boat sided it, and a few more updates. But the reason we did that is because we are all gearing up to head to West Virginia to show the Maine boys what Ivy is all about. So you guys are in for a treat. Those videos, if you caught our last Maine series, those videos were pretty wild. I can only imagine how Ivy is going to go. So you have some awesome videos to look forward to. That's coming up very, very soon. So we'll get into this video, and then we hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you up here in the next clip. Alright, this is the engagement. About 2250, 2300. See if you can see it and us move at the same time. I call that 2300 engagement. Okay, this is the first test with his KWI kit. Clutched, float mod and all. The whole works. Do a rolling start from like 10 miles per hour. Okay, so it's a little sluggish off the line, and it goes up to RPM, but then it slowly starts to drop off. So we're gonna try to fix that with the new Ibexx clutch kit. We're gonna take this apart. You guys saw, if you saw that video, if you haven't seen us install it, you can go back and check that one out. But we're gonna get this pulled out. We're gonna get it on the bench. We're gonna get that Ibexx kit set up in here, and we're gonna set it up for Tim's, because if you saw the Whalen video, Tim's is also tuned with the Whalen. I think he's right around 235 horsepower. So we're going to get that set up now. Okay, clutch kit is in. Time to make a hit. It's 8100 and it holds it, which is awesome, and it hits hard. So I can't remember what the engagement was before, but we're gonna check it now and see if we got it any lower. Right there, it hit 2000 and wanted to go. Right at 2000 RPMs, so we could probably dial it in a little bit more. I'm gonna wait for Tim to get here, see how he likes it, and we'll go from there. But I'm happy with it. So real quick, while I have you here, I want to show you this really cool product that we got from Ibexx that makes adjusting and changing weights so simple. It is kind of like a secondary puller. You got this piece, and you got this piece. If I can get it here. Okay. So what you do is, we'll take you over here and we'll show you. This piece goes in behind the secondary sheave, and then this piece goes on the outside, and then you hook this on the end of it and you use it like a puller. So you twist this and it sucks the primary together, so you can get these weights pulled out, either swapped, changed. You can change the magnets. You can pretty much do whatever you need to the weights. So if you're looking for something really simple to be able to do this on the fly, so you don't have to take this apart and split it to mess with your clutch engagement and your weights and your magnets, you can check out this on our website, thecanamcrew.com, and what you get is it's priced very, very well for what you do get. So you can check that out on our website. Alright, we're back in the shop with Tim's again. Finished up the clutch. It's good to go. I think you guys saw that in the last clip. This is a few days later. We've decided to do some boat siding to it. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video or not, but I'll show you this side. You can see that this is flat here. We cut and plated this. This is flat back here. We cut and plated that. And we're gonna put skid plate material here and up here. As you guys know, his doors are skid plate material, so we're just going to carry that on down here, and I'll show you what the other side looks like now that you see what this side looks like. This is what it looks like factory. It has this big piece sticking out of the frame and back there. So what we do is we cut that off, plate it, make it strong again since we're cutting this, tie it all back in, weld it solid, then you have both sides. Makes a big difference. It shaves probably, I think the sliders come out to here, so it probably shaves a good 6 to 8 inches off the sides. I'll take you out and show you zip tie. So I did the same thing to mine. I had steel on the sides, but I switched it up and I went to skid plate material. We made a video of this in the past showing you how we did ours, but I'm eventually going to be switching all over to this skid plate material. This stuff is strong, it slides, it doesn't hang up, it's riveted. If it gets ripped off, I rivet on again. Pretty nice, pretty simple. I love it. Looks good, looks clean. So we'll probably eventually at some point we'll carry that up into this, but just wanted to show you that. So we're gonna get the other side of his finished up, and we'll show you cutting and fitting some of the skid plate material. Looks like they're cutting the door shorter now.
Straight line.
Good thing you're cutting it, not me. So his door did come down to where the rock slider was, which is like down into here. So since we're moving the rock slider up to here, we got to trim his door up so they match. That's what he's doing now. Test fit first piece.
It's like this part is like a lot pushed up farther than,
Looks good in there though.
Yeah. We decided to put it on top of the skid plate though, so that it, it helps protect the bottom edge. But it's a little wavy, just a little bit.
Do you want to sand that down, or you want me to take the soft wheel and just smooth that out?
Here.
I can smooth either one of them out.
I mean, this piece is actually straight.
Yeah.
This is the one that isn't straight.
Yeah. So
I can take a soft wheel on
The
it.
bolt's right there. I mean, you can
that's probably
back
why
it up
it's
a
so
hair,
tight. Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, probably here too.
Yeah, so that's all it is what the skid plate's
Yeah, that looks good.
And we curve this out.
Alright, that's what this side looks like. Finished up, riveted, done deal.
Yeah.
Just have to make these pieces here, do the other side.
If you guys want to start this side, I can start working on the template for the back piece.
Alright, boat sided.
Pin?
Here's the template. I don't want to move it because Sherry's getting ready to trace it, but this
Did you look at it?
wild looking template
Sweet.
will go in this spot right here, and it'll come down like this. And I know I showed you this earlier, we're getting ready to do that side now, but I wanted to show you the template Sherry's getting ready to do. We got lots of pullers going out. We have more in stock. We have some over here. So shout out to everybody getting these. We have 3.5 inch and 4 inch for the the Pro R and the KRX cups. But if you're interested in an axle puller, look it up. CanAmCrew.com.
It really gets drippier.
Emma, are you cutting that out?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's the artiste.
Alright, finished product.
Oh, geez, yeah.
It's dirty, but looks good. All of this back to one piece. I like it. Should do a lot better. Next up on the list is actually I don't know what year this is. I'd have to check. He told me, but I don't remember.
Got the old dash.
Yeah, it's is that pre 2020? I think they started those. But it is in here for the notorious final drive gear. You can see the axle spinning inside of the transmission, which it's not supposed to do that. Mine has gone, Sherry's has gone, well, the one on Aftermath went. Same thing happened to this. They just get water and mud in there and eventually wear it out. So highly suggest if you have under 4,000 miles to start pulling your axles, greasing them, putting them back in, and that should prolong it. I ended up prolonging mine until I got to like 8,000 miles. Sherry's went at 4,000. This one's just at 4,000. We're gonna pull this transmission out. We're gonna get a new final drive gear put in it, and we should be good to go. But we'll take you along. We'll show you a little bit here and there. If you want to know like a full in-depth video of how to do this, we have one that we did a couple years ago on Sherry's. So we'll just take you along, show you bits and pieces. While this is here, it's also getting a turn signal kit. It comes with the front fangs. It turns into turn signals. It's basically a plug and play system. Get you directions. Corbin Custom Works. There's a horn. You do have to take apart part of the dash and put 2 pins in. But aside from that, it seems pretty straightforward. A lot of wiring, but that's what Sherry and Amy are going to tackle now. And then we have the back to this point. We have the knuckles off, trailing arms are set, and their radius rods are down. The axles are pretty hard to get out, so we're going to get the puller out. We're going to pull the axles out, and then what you have to do is you got to take the clutch off. You got to pull the outer cover off, take the primary and secondary off, take the inner cover off, and then you can get to the bolts. Holding the transmission to the motor, take all that stuff off, and then we'll unbolt it. It's gonna be a all-day process, but we'll touch back with you here in the next clip with another update. What?
So you take another axle out and push on it from the other side, and it probably come right out.
Yeah.
It's insane. A big dog puller there.
Got her.
Transmission is out. Sitting on the bench. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but it's stripped pretty good. And I also forgot to mention or show you, I'm not sure, let me see if I can kick my light on here. Check that out. So this is cracked, and they brought some A-arms down. So while it's in the shop, we're going to go ahead and replace these A-arms. We're going to pull those off, put those ones on. We're going to get the transmission final drive swapped in that. We're going to get it thrown back in here. And then Sherry and Amy got the turn signal harness done. All we need to do is hook the wire into the dash, show it so it'll show the turn signal blinking in the dash. And then this one will be ready to rock and roll. Okay, update number 15. A-arms are in. We replaced the upper bushings because they were getting pretty rough. Got everything in. Right now we're going to replace the carrier bearing right here because it is bad. Can't get it out. Struggling real bad. Okay. We will be replacing that. So that's what we're doing now. Quick. Hopefully quick. Carrier bearing's been in there for about 4,000 miles, so sometimes they get going and don't want to come out, but I'm hopeful that that will come out. And then tomorrow I should get a final drive gear. I ordered it. It was supposed to be here. Did not come. Unfortunate. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. So once it comes tomorrow, we will get that transmission put back in. All you gotta do is split the case, all these bolts, some in here, take this off. There's a couple bolts hiding in here and some on the back. Take this off. There's a big gear in there, take it off. And there's a half moon shaped gear in there. And you always want to make sure that it's lined up, and it always stays lined up. Because if you turn this, or it gets turned, or you bump it, you put it back in, it's not going to go in park or low, which is going to be a bad day. So that's it for this one. We'll get the transmission in. This one will be done. We're going to start bringing more machines in here to work on them now, and let us know if you guys need any work. But we'll see here in the next clip. We'll figure out something else here.
Campground, we can put the other one up right underneath the basement.
Figured while I had you here, I'll show you the next couple cage builds we have coming up. This one's here, YXZ. It's getting built. That's going to be a wild build. And we have this Razor here. It already has a cage. He just wants us to do a rear bumper and a fender delete on it. So we'll get bits and pieces of this build. That's pretty nice. He has a lot of stuff done to it. We're gonna get rid of these. We're gonna add bars in this area because he plans on doing doors. So we're gonna make it so doors can be added. And we'll tie in back here, finish all this. It's tired of breaking plastic. I don't blame him. Yeah. But, bring you back. We'll show you those two. Probably not in this video, but once we start these two, we'll get the camera out and we'll show you that. Pretty excited about both of those builds, especially the YXZ. It's going to be a pretty cool build. We have the final drive gear finally a few days later, ended up coming. But once you have the transmission here, you take out all the 10s and 13s all around this. There's 2 on the back side, and then everything else is on this side. They're hiding everywhere. So make sure you get all your 10mm and 13mm bolts out. And then you take this cover off right here. And you'll see this big gear. You'll see this. And this is your gear position. This is your gear shift cable hooks on this, and as you shift, this turns and clicks. So right now we have the machine in neutral. I always do these in neutral. So this is where a lot of people mess up, is this here. Make sure this is marked so it goes back in the exact same position, and make sure you take a picture of this or a mental note of that this goes back into the same position this is in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this Torx bit out, we're going to take this Torx bit out, and we're going to take this nut off, because this gear has to come off for this case half to split. This is actually kind of holding it together. So we're going to take all 3 of these off, and this. Just make note of the position that these are all in, so you can put it all back. And this one too. No, this one doesn't matter what gear. Just make a note of where this is. This is probably the most important part of the job. And then we'll pull this off, and this final drive gear right here, we'll just pull out, you'll put one in, and you'll be good to go. Okay, go.
Where are we going?
Over here. There it is. Okay. Make sure you check everything out in here. Make sure everything looks good. Bearings all look good. No broken teeth on the transmission. Gears. So this is the one we're after right here. Pull that baby out. It's that simple. Put the other one back in. That's it. And then you put it back together. The hardest part about the entire job is pulling it out and putting it back in. Once you get it out, once you get it unbolted, it's as simple as slide one out, slide one in. So we're going to get this bolted back together. We're going to make sure these stay lined up. I'll show you on the other side. It's like a half moon shaped gear. Right there, that gear up in there. Right there. If this gets out of line, like this or like that, that's a bad day. That means you're not going to go into gear. But make sure you check everything out, make sure everything looks good, and we'll bolt it back together, and then we'll throw it in. Alright, transmission set in place. We're going to put 2 bolts in here. There's 1 bolt on the bottom on the other side. We replaced the O-ring. In here there is an O-ring that this slides into. We replaced that. Set this bracket in. We're going to put 3 bolts on this side, 3 bolts on the other side, and then 1 bolt up top there. And then we'll just start bolting everything back together. Put the clutch cover on, the inner and the outer, put the clutches in. Put the exhaust back on, put the axles in with grease. Put the linkage back on, put the motor mount, transmission mount back in, and we're good to go. One thing you should do every couple rides, if you're riding in dusty conditions or in sand, is take some air, pull out your clutches, because they can get really dirty, start to stick, cause extra wear, and they can get really bad. Okay, successful final drive gear installation done. Hey Sherry.
Nope.
Turn the key on and do the turn signal thing. I don't think I showed them on camera yet. So we'll come around, we'll show you the horn, street legal kit. Okay, there you can see the turn signals, and it blinks. That's the right turn signal, correct? Yep. Okay. Hold on. Gotta do the back now. Bam. Good to go. Alright. That's simple. Okay. We'll pull it out. Bring the next one in. Okay. That is the end of this video. Thanks for tuning in for this final drive and some other stuff we did earlier in this video. We have 2 more machines in here. This one's getting clutch work, some wheel bearings, and a few other things. So definitely tune back in. You're going to see some awesome videos coming up. We appreciate all of you guys for watching and liking and subscribing. Thank you to all of our patrons and channel members and sponsors up on the screen. You guys are awesome. We can't thank you enough. And tune in a few days. You'll see another video, and we'll see you on that one. Thanks, everyone.